a chance of my lifetime to share to you my experience being an entrepreneur. Okay, now I'd like you to share my screen regarding my experiences, and that was about 15 years ago when I started Cargo Plus. I started Cargo Plus in Thailand, wherein I was an OFW for the past 15 years now. I was there teaching as a music teacher because I graduated music at the University of Mindanao. And then so I was teaching in Thailand for 3 consecutive years. Time has passed. After 2 years of teaching, I felt that there's a lot of need to the Filipino community in Thailand. That was the time when I realized that most of the businesses pertaining and services pertaining to the Filipino community in Thailand are handled by Thai people. So I realized that I believe these are products of the Filipinos, and I believe some Filipinos, or should be some one of us, should be the owner of certain business. So there and then I was trying to come up with ideas on how to start the small business. So I was then very interested with logistics industry. I came to research on the internet, and then I found out that the logistics industry is one of the top 3 industries in the world. Okay, so I choose logistics because I believe every business in the world needs logistics. So there, I was thinking, where in the world I am trying to come into this business. I am a graduate of music. I don't even know anything about business. I was just trained by my parents being a literature evangelist for all these years. So I was kind of very interested with selling, even though that I don't have any experience with being an entrepreneur. There and then I realized that starting the business with no knowledge at all needs to have careful research and study. So I was looking over the internet, and I found out LBC Philippines. And I believe LBC is a very prestigious company, is a very, very big company in the Philippines doing logistics. So I tried to send them emails. I talked to the senior executives of the LBC in the Philippines, and there they are. I was able to talk to them personally. And guys, this morning, students, I'd like you to share my screen, and I'd like you to tell my story for the first time when I was an entrepreneur. Let me share my screen. So the first time, it was really a very, very tough job, because looking into the logistics industry is a totally different industry where I was before. I was a teacher, I was a music teacher, and here I am trying my journey on a very, very unfamiliar road. So I started up doing logistics, and guys, and I tell you, it was very, very tough. When in fact, when I was thinking of my topic this morning, I was trying to look for a topic that could really describe the way I was feeling 15 years ago when I started this business. So I came up with a title, Find a Way. During the time, I thought there was really no way. I was a music teacher then. I thought that doing logistics industry is easy and it's not complicated. But when I first started off, I found out Guys, there is no way. Later on, I'd like to share to you a personal account 12 years ago when I started my logistics business. Hard truth about being an entrepreneur. And I tell you, it's not easy. And I tell you right now, being an entrepreneur takes a lot of courage. Now I will introduce the Lbc Startup. That was, if you look at the date right now, this is October 1, 2015, 3 years after we started operation with Lbc Thailand. So I came up, I talked to the Lbc executives, we signed up a contract, and Thailand was the first organic branch of Lbc all over the world. Thailand was the first franchise of Lbc all over the world. Most of the Lbc in the Philippines are organic, meaning to say it's company owned by Lbc. And during that time when I introduced Lbc to Thailand, we are just the first 3 of its kind: Japan, Korea, and Thailand. Now I started off Lbc, to make the story short, I started off Lbc thinking that I could bring the Lbc hub in Thailand. And that is it. October 1, 2015, 3 years after a successful operation. This is Lbc in Thailand for 2020. The year was 2012. And I tell you guys, I thought all the while, like I said last time a while ago, that being an entrepreneur is easy, but it's not. While there are tons of perks to it, it's important to remember that choosing to make your own path in life is very difficult. There I realized that, hey, coming up with this kind of business, it's so difficult. How could I do that? The road less traveled, I felt that time, is filled with uncertainty, doubt, and tough times. But in the end, I thought, I am the one who will control my destiny. I thought that I will do this, and I have to do this because I believe my passion to bring the services of the Filipino people in Thailand, of the Filipino community in Thailand through logistics. But before you are about to make a breakthrough is when you will be tested the most. The time that I want to start Lbc in the Thailand is also the time that I was disappointed, depressed, and I was at the lowest part of my life. You know what? I cannot tell you, brothers and sisters, at this time, because there are so many perks of being an entrepreneur. But I tell you, I lost Lbc after 3 years of operation. This coming up with an Lbc hub in Thailand was only a dream. I thought of putting a big Lbc in Thailand because I have already spoken to the top executives of Lbc to bring Lbc in Thailand. But there and then, I thought all the while, and I failed. I thought that Lbc was only a dream. The reason behind, so many things. I cannot count on my bare hands here. There are so many reasons why the first time I operated Lbc and I failed. And I thought that connecting to a bigger brand, connecting to a giant logistics company would always come up good, would always come up right. But there I am. The first time, it was only a dream. I failed. When I failed, I was at the rock bottom of my life. I was like, I was inside the underground world. And I don't know how can I do and how can I proceed and how can I start up again. Now, my wife told me, why are you bringing Lbc in Thailand? So I said, I'm bringing Lbc because it's already a brand. Everyone knows, all the Filipinos in the world, they know Lbc. And she said, you know what? Why don't you come up with your own brand? So how do I start? I don't even have money. I don't even have a single 10 baht at that time. She said, you start small and focus on one thing at a time. So I was very thankful during that time, because even if I lost LBC in Thailand, I have one very important talent of my life. Since then, I have been a graphic designer. I was a graphic designer of my previous company before in the Philippines. I was a graphic designer, a video editor, which I think would be the best skill to start off a new business. So there I realized starting small and focus on one thing at a time. I started my company in Thailand. I started Cargo Plus Thailand, and it was founded on this old building. It was a very old one, because I tell you guys, I really don't have money. I was teaching, and being a teacher in Thailand is not that much compensation for a month. So I'm trying to speak to our neighbors here and telling them, hey, can I just borrow your space here for the parking garage? And I want this to be a warehouse, a small warehouse of the logistics industry that I was thinking of. So I started off in this building. On July 12, 2015, Cargo Plus was founded on this small building. I thought of renting the parking space as a storage and warehouse. And I'm very, very honored to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that I started with zero capital, not even 10 baht. I am very proud to tell the world that I started my business. I started this business. I started being an entrepreneur with nothing at all. Nothing. Like I said, nothing. I just have a very prayerful mind at that time, because I was very desperate then. I was even trying to blame myself. What have I done to the vision that I was looking forward during that time? But when I started Cargo Plus, it only starts with a logo and a prayer. I started off with this logo, brothers and sisters, students. And I was trying to be this man delivering boxes. And I was trying to come up with a design that I was walking on the road, and that road surrounds the whole world. And there I am. I'm trying to conceptualize Cargo Plus. Later on, when I had this, I have a few innovations on Cargo Plus, and I put some slogan on it, moving lives forward, because I believe the first thing that could encourage me, motivate me, is to move my life forward. So I was thinking of a slogan, Cargo Plus, moving lives forward. And whose life should I be moving? My life. That was the first thought I was thinking during that time. I have to move my life forward. Brothers and sisters, I started off with the 5 basic P's of marketing. 5 P's of marketing. But unfortunately, since we don't have that much time to discuss with you today, I would like to skip this topic, and I am inviting everyone to invite me once again to your Entrepreneurs Day, and I will be very happy. Where do I start Cargo Plus, and what happened after I conceptualized the logo here, and what happened 3 years later. But ladies and gentlemen, 3 years later, we were able to innovate the newest logo of Cargo Plus, from the person carrying the boxes to its newest logo, the boxes in the middle of the word Cargo Plus. Like I said a while ago, I started off with this warehouse here. I started small and I focused on one thing at a time. One thing at a time. I started on a concept with a logo and a prayer. And I tried to hire Thai people. I tried to put in my box collected on this very small warehouse. I tried to invest myself on one transportation. You cannot, I was during the time, and of course until today, picking up boxes, you need a Carabao. So I thought of myself, I really need to buy one. So I thought of buying this car here, and it was the first time when I bought this car. This was the first time when they deliver a second-hand pickup to use for my business. Later on, after doing the 5 P's of marketing and focus on small things, small steps towards a single goal. My goal, brothers and sisters, is to come up with a bigger, brighter logistics company in the next 3 years. By starting small, I started using the warehouse here. And even then, during that time, we didn't have a cover. We just, close the grills here and cover our boxes with a laminated sack. And even then, it's just a very small warehouse with one selling fan. After 3 years of putting all the efforts, putting all the marketing, the marketing strategy with a very simple 5 P's of marketing, and one by one, making a small steps toward a single goal, I was able to survive our needs. I was able to come up with some of our strategies. If you're an entrepreneur, you are living this code in your real life. If you're going down the path of entrepreneurship, you have no clue what will happen. I'm telling you, walang nakakaalam. And look at my experiences being a teacher, being a music teacher. I don't even know where I am going. I might work or I might fail miserably, like what happened with the LBC. As an entrepreneur, you have no idea what will happen each and every day. That is what makes it so exciting, because every day is a very, very exciting day, because every day you have to face the world. But the what if moments you get from entrepreneurship are unlike anything you experience in the corporate world. Being in the business world is different in a corporate world. For most people, their day is full of predictability. Woke up in the morning, 7 o'clock, ligo, take a bath, go to work, take a taxi, at the same time, come home at the end of 5 o'clock, and then the next day you repeat. That's the corporate world. But on the entrepreneurship world, it's a totally opposite one. Each day you get to look back and realize how far you've come in your own journey. For 3 years was not an easy task for the management of Cargo Plus. You get to leave the trail instead of following the majority. There was a time where we realized that delays of delivering their boxes is inevitable, because in the logistics industry, you have to consider 4 things: the Cargo Plus company, the shipping lines, the customs, the Bureau of Customs, and the tracking delivery. All these things makes it very, very hard for us to continue. I was then at the point of operating during that time to stop Cargo Plus. I was telling myself, why I'm doing this? Why I am trying to hurt myself with all the stresses in life and every day. So I realized it's not an easy journey, brothers and sisters. Now, I'd like to share to you some 3 ways I forge my own path and end up building the business that I've always imagined in my dreams. I've been imagining LBC in Thailand. So I was thinking for all these years how I wish I could have one in my dreams. Number 1, and I'd like you to take notice of this. Write it on a piece of paper, your notes. Forge your own path. If you're looking at this picture here, I could imagine myself walking on a very steep ladder. At down below is like 150 to 100 meters deep. And I've thought of myself, I have to make use of my talent, make use of the marketing talent that God has given me. So I tried to walk, forge my own path, develop some strategies, and here I am. The entrepreneurship is not just about simply copying what competitors are doing and slapping your logo on it and you're done. In order to be successful, you have to forge your own path. You have to think outside the box in every aspect of your business. And one thing, right now, I just would like to tell you in advance, Cargo Plus in Thailand has about 40 plus employees. And come to think of it, these people managing human resources is one of the hardest department in a company. Right now, we have 5 different departments. We started off with marketing, sales, operation, customer service, admin, plus human resources, and many other departments. In order to be successful, you have to forge your own path. Think outside the box. What's going on? What's coming up? What are the problems? Like I said to my managers today, you will not become a manager if you don't realize a problem. In order to solve a problem, identify the problem. After identifying the problem, put a solution to that problem. Brothers and sisters, thinking outside the box in every aspect of your business is one of the biggest factor to be successful. From the people you hire, the products you create, or the marketing message you send out to the world, don't be afraid to forge your own path and stand out. Number 2, have a vision and goals. My goal during that time is not to earn money. My goal during that time, my vision during that time is to come up with a very stable internal system of the company. Internal system, coming up with departments of the company. And remember, every department during that time, I was the manager of every department. So I came up with a vision. And this vision, I have to go through. I have to achieve it because I have these goals in life. If you look at some of the most successful entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs and Elon Musk, you realize they always were operating from a vision in their mind. Nandito, iisipin mo, this will be my vision. And this is what I'm going to do every day. The first, they saw it in their head and then turn it into a reality. Think about it in detail. What will be your day-to-day look like? How many people will be there? How much revenue, sales, and employees will you have? I was not even thinking of coming up with this number of employees just like what I have today. But what I have during that time was a clear vision to give the Filipinos the services that the Filipinos deserve in Thailand. And the goal is to come up with a very distinct internal system inside the company. Create a vision, review it daily. This is a very good one. Review it daily. Daily reviews on your operational standards. and work on breaking it down into tangible goals each day and every day. I have a list of to-dos every day, and I've been talking to my managers, to the people behind the company. These are the problems that we need to find solutions. It's not an easy one. It's easier said than done. But lastly, guys, students, never, ever give up. During the last 10 years of operating this business, I came to the point, even before the pandemic, I came to a point where I have to stop. I have to cry on and tell the world I can't carry it anymore. I'm so down. I'm so disappointed with a lot of problems. You know, the logistics industry is one of the profitable industry in the world, but this is also the industry wherein 80% of your transaction every day is totally different from everyone. Every shipment is totally different from every other shipments. 80% are all stress. So I was thinking of myself, Lord, what have I done? Why I am here in this business? I'm just happy being a teacher, being a music teacher before. But someone told me, my staff told me, sa Bisaya pa, karon pa ka mo surrender na you are already here for 10 years. And I want to surrender. I don't want to take this ladder, a very steep ladder, because I know down deep below is a disaster. But I think of myself, never, ever give up. During those tough times, it is so important to look back at why you started and remind yourself of the dream you saw in your mind, the dream of having an LBC in Thailand. I was trying to review my vision. Hey, what have I done for the past 10 years? And I tried to surround myself with people who think and work like me, and people who want the same results as I have. Choosing the right people in your journey is also a very important one. These people helped me during the time when I was downhearted, when I was disappointed. Surround yourself with people in environments that help you to stay motivated. Remember, when things are tough, I always said like that, tomorrow is a new day. Don't give up on your dreams. Maybe the logistics industry is one of the luckiest and fortunate companies or industry in the world during the time of pandemic. During the COVID-19 pandemic, people stopped. People stayed at home, but the logistics industry never stopped. People stopped, restaurants stopped, all other industries in the world, we stopped. But during that time, the logistics industry needs to go forward, needs to move on. We deliver boxes. For the past 2 years, Cargo Plus was able to make strategic plans and steps to forward the experience that we have had with the pandemic. And luckily, and by God's grace, we were able to strive. We were able to survive. I found a very good quotation that I could tell myself: do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and put God first in your business. I thought all the while that leading to coming up with a bigger warehouse of LBC in Thailand would make me successful. But instead, after so much failure, I encourage myself, go instead where there is a no path at all. Coming up with your own brand, Cargo Plus, coming up with your own strategy. There is no path at all. When you started as an entrepreneur, when you start a business, there is no path at all. All you have to do is to put God first in your business. And every day was a challenging day. Lord, I always told myself, today is a new day. This is the day that you made for me, and I'm putting this day in your path. Put God first in your business. That's one of the biggest assets that we have for Cargo Plus. We believe when we start Cargo Plus, there was no path at all. There was no path at all. But God lead us when in fact our industry was kind of thinking. I heard it from my friends. We are thankful of COVID-19 pandemic. Brothers and sisters, after 12 years of operating Cargo Plus Thailand, I'd like to share to you a very simple video of what happened, what transpired Cargo Plus Thailand for the past 2 years during the pandemic. I'm sharing this video for you. Thanks be to God. Yeah, I was trying to share sound. Hold on. Okay, got it. Okay. So sorry. Thank you for that technical advice from there. I was trying to play this video a while ago, but there was some video on it. I want you to listen to this.
Sawadika babayan, send love to your loved ones through skies or the oceans, wherever in the world. We're here to deliver your box like no other. In us you can trust, your convenience is a must. Cargo Plus, think it's nice. At Cargo Plus, service is first class. At Cargo Plus, we aim at moving lives forward. At Cargo Plus, think it's nice. At Cargo Plus, service is first class. Cargo Plus, we aim at moving lives forward. Moving lives forward.
Okay, yeah, that was our newest video for this year, 2022. Brothers and sisters, students, I'm not bragging off what Cargo Plus, what God has blessed Cargo Plus for the past 2 years of our operation. I'm not bragging because this company is not actually mine. This company is God's company. I could actually tell you that during the 12 years of our existence as a cargo company in Thailand, God has blessed us with knowledge. God has blessed us with a little finances to support his ministry, especially in Thailand. When in fact there are other things that we have done, but I don't want to share that to you here, because when you share your blessings, as the Bible says, share your blessing on your right hand, but do not let your left hand knows about it. Brothers and sisters, in timely with your objective for this activity, timely with your theme for this activity. God is preparing something for the entrepreneurs like you, like me, like you in the future. I'd like you also to share this video, but I'd like to warn you that Cargo Plus is not bragging this video, but we are sharing this video to give you inspiration that being an entrepreneur will lead you to something. But being an entrepreneur through the guidance of our Lord and Savior will let you support His ministry here on earth. This was the video the other day when Cargo Plus earned our most awaited recognition given by the
Logistics Company of the Year goes to Cargo Plus.
Thank you very much. Asia Pacific Luminaire Awards. Thank you very much, Doc Lito. Being a business leader in the international and domestic logistics industry, we should continue to inspire, motivate, and innovate for the welfare of our society. This award is dedicated to all the OFW all over the world. Again, thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure to be part of this year's Luminaire Awards. Thank you very much, and praise God.
to end up our webinar this morning, those videos are just there to inspire us. Those videos is not our kind of bragging to the world, but we are inspired that for the past 12 years that we have been doing this business as an entrepreneur, God uses us. God uses entrepreneurs for the kingdom. What should we do? Pray. Before you start planning out all your ideas, whether it's a business, model, or product, or message, bring them to God in prayer first. We can ask Him to guide our way and our plans for His glory. Number two, give. God has called us as Christians to give both of ourselves and our finances. We are called to serve those in our lives. And number three, be the light. I think as Christians, it's easy to think that all of you have to do is to let others know that you are a Christian. Be the light by treating others well, loving them, and serving them. Romans 12 verse 10, be devoted to one another in love. Honor another above yourselves. Brothers and sisters and students from all over the world, I'm very thankful for inviting me here. I'm very thankful for Miss Deborah Tipdas and the team for inviting me here to speak to you this morning, because I believe God has a special purpose to inspire us. God is giving us this opportunity because this business is not ours. It's God. This is God's business for the fulfillment of His ministry here on earth. Thank you very much and good luck. And I hope that you will invite me for the next time. I'm very much willing. I have another 24 stories to tell, topics to tell you about entrepreneurship. Thank you very much, and God bless everyone. God bless South Philippine Adventist College. I was there when I was first here. I hope to come back next week. I was invited by Shurika Ortizano, so I hope to be there. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'm willing to accept any kind of inquiries, questions, and whatever will be. Thank you very much.